Well, look at you. Shiny new weapons. Look at that shiny new mate. Shiny new greatsword. Like it's never seen a day in combat. And needing money. Flicker Red Scale, right? We got some beef, and she's waiting outside by my temple to kill me, and I just want you to get rid of her. Fire mages, fire sorcerers, really hot-tempered. Got a hot vengeance streak through her. A dragon burned down her village. She was protected by a passing cleric, and so she's got a vendetta to get strong enough to go kill the dragon that burned down her village or some bullshit like that. Real chump stuff. He waves away a hand. Be gone! Temple's closed.
This is the biggest cope I've ever seen in my life for someone losing at gambling. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Why did you choose to gamble if you didn't want to lose?
Does anyone remember where we are?
We got to the town. We basically realized that we have no fucking money, no money to get across the big open, no leverage. And now we are currently heading, I think, north to a little smaller town that we can walk to. But along the way, we got accosted by bandits. And those said bandits almost killed literally all of us. I think we all had to roll multiple death saving throws. And the only people who are up right now are me and Steermere.
No, yeah. I'm not up.
Oh, sorry. Me and Vasher.
Roy.
Roy.
You and Roy. Yeah.
The soldier, or at least the time that he spent in, the knighthood, he's going to assess the situation. He's going to look around. We're in a desert. We're in a bad spot.
Well, your friends are laying on the ground. It's going to take some time for them to recover. You are an experienced warrior. The best thing to do right now is just to make sure you're in some sort of cover, that your friends aren't going to get sunburned, and hold out for them to wake up.
Have we come up with a plan yet? Sorry, I've was in the dirt. How far are we to the town we were heading to?
That's a day and a half away from you by foot. The place that you've come is only a half day behind you, and you are 2/3 of the way through a day now?
We can't sleep.
So there's no turning back, right?
No, we have to turn back, I think.
Yeah, turn back home, right?
We're not going home for a long time, Roy.
How would we even get home? We can barely afford to cross a river.
I think we're going to turn back, Vasher. It seems like we have the resources to get across the river if we so choose, as well as I can't speak for you guys, but I need a rest. I got beat
Bashir
up
will
bad.
nod, and he'll say, "Yeah, that makes sense. The situation has changed. We have more finances. We should be able to cross. The only question I have is, do we have enough to house ourselves in the town long enough to get fully rested?"
Well, that'll be dependent upon if you can bring these camels back and how much you can sell everything for.
Yeah.
But there's no point in standing around doing that now.
Let's head off.
A few hours later, another boat comes by. It's not the same one that came by the day before yesterday. It's a different boat, different banners, different flags. They're here to pick up different cargo and head right back across the way to Abelar. But price is going to be the same. They don't know you. They don't trust you. You want to come across the water, it'll be 10 GP ahead, including 10 GP for the horse and 10 GP for a camel. So
we have 2 camels, so
70, right?
Yep. 70 gold.
We've got that, though.
You do.
We do.
It's a huge fee, because this is not what this boat typically does, and they consider it a risk. But they'll take it, and they also know they can squeeze you for every last gold. And our party can leave this area, head out into the waters across the 1.5 miles wide Great River, and come to see this city that you have almost been able to see, but not quite. Abelar is a city on the rise. It is fairly large. It has a great ziggurat, sort of like a stepped pyramid at the middle of it, with massive marble columns that rise up that are still sort of currently in construction. There's walls on the far side and on the right and left flanks approaching the river that are being built by many working hands. There's mud brick houses and buildings all over the place. The finest ones are covered with bright white plaster. The streets are hard-packed earth. And unlike the cities that you're used to back over in the Stormtide Kingdom, this one does not reek of shit and piss in the city streets. it's so hot and so dry here that all of that stuff, because they still just chuck their chamber pots out into the street, but it just dries in the heat so quickly that it doesn't have time to fester and rot and mold. And so there's like a sanitation to this area that you've never really experienced before. Abelar is an unusual place, and as you're getting off the boat, one of the guards recognizes that you're out of towners. You're coming in on the wrong part of town. Like, this is not normally where passengers get off. And the guard will immediately, like, hastily run over to you and see what the hell's going on with these people who are showing up in the wrong part of town and getting off of the wrong boat. What's happening over here? And get up in your faces and look at you and go, what are you doing getting off at this port? This isn't for passengers.
Forgive us. We're not from this city or this land. We didn't know that it wasn't the right way to get into the city.
This is the ferry
how
port.
do you?
You should be getting off at the trade port. It's the next port up the river. Well, if you're not from here, I should let you know a few things before you set foot too far into town. You need to stay in the summer district. It's the only place where there's inns. It's the only place where people like you can come and hang out. And I don't think it needs to be said, but just in case. No crime, no killing, no fighting to the death. Our clerics here have excellent divination abilities, and if you kill someone, we'll find out from the dead. We'll find you. The laws extend only to the city walls. Beyond that, it's up to you to defend yourself. In the Windbreak Hotel, or the Windbreak Inn here in Abelar, or maybe when you come back from one of these big shopping excursions, that you see there's a bunch of clerics gathered round in the middle of the inn, and they're looking at something. They're looking at a body that's lying on the inn floor, a dead body. You can see like some blood pooling around it. And all the residents of the inn are looking in fairly closely at this and whispering in amongst themselves. When sitting next to you, or sitting at a table near where you're walking up, is a drunken cleric who in your face and the kind of like fresh eyes goes, just so you guys know, didn't kill anyone in town. Kill them outside of town. Just so you know, those clerics are gonna see what happened, and then they're gonna go. You could use like find person spell, find the person responsible, and you're gonna take them up to the Great Ziggurat, or maybe the Old Quarter, and sacrifice them to the gods for crimes.
Sacrifice them?
What?
Oh
the...
yeah.
To which god?
Well, good question. Probably Velmontarius, god of justice. But I guess it really depends on the crime, you know.
That's
I
not
myself,
justice.
I'm I don't work here in the city. I have my shrines outside of town, by the graveyard. At least when I can get to it, it is. My name.
When you can get
my
to
name's Dio. Nice to meet you. Cleric of Jexel.
Nice.
He reaches out a hand. Whoever will take it.
I'll take
I
his hand
shake
and
his
say,
hand.
nice to meet you. Are you doing?
Nice to meet you, buddy. He lifts a
Really
glass of wine
blessed.
and takes a sip.
Cheers. Oh,
Cheers.
I say, looking at my empty hand.
Well, you should buy some of my wine. Say you want the Dio wine. Good stuff.
I'm afraid that I'm not too flush with coin at the moment, my friend.
Whoa. Well, look at you. Shiny new weapons. Look at that shiny new mate. Shiny new greatsword. Like it's never seen a day in combat. And needing money. And two holy people? And a kid to watch? It's like Jexel has shined his magnificent light down upon me and giving me exactly what I need, which is what he does, because he's the god of fortune. You know Flicker Red Scale, right? We got some beef, and she's waiting outside by my temple to kill me, and I just want you to get rid of her. You know Flicker Red Scale?
No. Why does she want to kill you? Sorry.
You know sorcerers and heroes, and they're all blood and guts and brave, and I'm the best. Well, she came to me, Dio, Cleric of Jexel, for a blessing, because she likes the gambles. And she lost her money. She's not a good gambler. But she thinks I gave her a bad gift. She thinks that I gave her a false blessing. And that it's my fault that she lost all of her money and all of her people's money over to the Dragon's Den, to the Dungeon Master. So, kill her, get her to promise not to kill me, But, fire sorceresses, they're all hot-tempered and stuff. Probably better just to kill her. Because then you could also take all of her stuff. And then the money I give you for doing it would be compounded. Well, actually, she doesn't have any money because she lost it all in the gambling den, the dragon's den.
How much does Dio pay for this? Cleric of Jexel. Dio? Cleric of Jexel.
Cleric of Jexel. I make money off of her by selling blessings and by selling my aforementioned wine. And there's some proceeds, donations left at my temple. And I think for Flicker Red Scale, the fire sorceress hero, touched by flame and all, I think a reasonable price for her head is a good 400 gold pieces.
And you'll make a pledge to the gods, Dio, that you're not lying to us, and that you gave her a blessing, and she's just trying to kill you for no reason.
No, she's got a reason. It's just a bad one.
And it's the reason that you said.
Yeah. She came to me. She paid 50 gold for a blessing. I gave her a blessing. She lost all of her money and her followers' money in the Dragon's Den, the gambling den, to the leader there, the dungeon master. And fire mages, fire sorcerers, really hot-tempered, really quick to anger. They're not the most level-headed of people in the world. You and I, totally cool. Fire sorceress, got a hot vengeance streak through her. A dragon burned down her village. She was protected by a passing cleric, and the intertwining of magic set her soul on fire, and so she's got a vendetta to get strong enough to go kill the dragon that burned down her village or some bullshit like that. Real chump stuff. But yeah, it's true. I gave her a blessing and she didn't think it was good enough. Blames me.
We'll go have a talk with her and get her off your back.
You notice that that your dearly beloved friend Dio, cleric of Jexel, is already at the city gates. And he's got a whole bunch of people with him. And he's been riling them up. And as you get closer, he goes, and that's them! That's my boy! They're gonna get her! Come on, everybody! Let's go watch this shit! It's gonna be great! Come on! Let's go take a look! Oh, okay. Have I told you about Roy Waystar? Dude, this guy summons lightning bugs, okay? All right? And that over there is Vasher. He's a paladin in training. He's gonna bring down thunder and lightning like you've never seen. But also, you know who else is the Thunder Lord of the party over here? This dude, the old man with the broken knees, his knees are broken because of the thunder and the bass that comes out of his ass when he blows people away. And the big man with the two-handed sword, he's the real killer of the group. They're gonna take care. We're gonna be able to get to the temple, everybody. Don't worry about it. The heroes have got it. We totally got it. Everybody, he runs over. What's your party name?
The Lazarus expedition.
For the Lazarus expedition, everybody, come on! And he tries to get everybody all ramped up, and a crowd begins to follow you out into the desert. Dio is, talking to them the whole time. That's not the right track. Before you see a cliff with a winding footpath that goes up it, and up at the top of it, there is a temple. But all along the cliff path, there are some folks. And at the top of the winding path is none other than the sorceress. From up atop, she calls down below, the temple's closed off! Not until Dio comes and pays his debts! Tell Dio, cleric of Jexel, to come see me before you can visit the temple.
How much are his debts? How much?
10,000 gold!
How does 200 sound?
What?
10,000 gold? Hang on.
Okay.
Did Dio steal your gold? How did he steal your gold?
He cursed us! He cursed us, and so we lost the game, and he's in cahoots with the dungeon master.
Jexel is the god of luck and misfortune. Perhaps you were just unlucky.
Am I? Or did he curse me knowing that I would spend money and take half of it for himself? He's in league with the gamblers. In league with the Dragon's Den.
Do you have any
Calls
proof?
down.
How could you possibly know this?
All the
Perhaps-
proof I need is here.
Perhaps the dungeon master is just a dick, and he cheated you.
Yeah.
Because in my experience, they can be.
He waves
Why
away a
did-
hand. Be gone! Temple's
This is the
closed.
biggest cope I've ever seen in my life for someone losing at gambling. Jesus Christ.
Why did you choose to gamble if you didn't want to lose?
I'm not here to listen to your stupid questions. Be gone, meathead.
I
so-
feel like, given my chaotic nature, I might like to cast a spell right now.
Do your thing.
You do what you
What
want
would
to
you
do,
do?
buddy. Your guiding bolt sails through the air. She is indeed within 120 feet of you, just barely. You can't click it faster. I'm so sorry.
You're
And
quite the fool now.
Damn.
go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh my.
We will absolutely need to roll initiative right now.
I can move back before I attack, right?
No, you'll take an attack.
No, you'll take an attack of opportunity.
You can do it.
fuck
It's
you.
fine.
No, okay.
Just roll a
I'm
crit here.
Firebolting the lady. Let's.
Oh wait, have you not got another? Have you not got another magic
I
missile?
do have one more. It says 0 on my sheet, but I'm pretty sure I only used 2 magic missiles, right?
Yeah, you've only used
Yeah.
2.
Let's fucking do that shit.
Didn't you? There were no other spells you cast?
I think he misclicked a spell once,
Ah,
I agree.
and he will have taken the spell
all right.
slot.
2d4 plus 2.
Where's my? Hold
Fucking
on.
nice roll as well on the first one. There.
Sorry.
Come on, give us a 10.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. She falls
Yes!
unconscious.
Oh my,
my
god.
All right,
Cassian, come
on.
Cassian steps up, looks him in the face, and says, "I'm sorry, son." 20
Oh my god.
for 12.
Yes.
Take his head off.
Lobs his head off.
All right.
No shit.
We're way over our time. We're going to go do our other stream right now.
We're gonna be on the after show. If you want to join, patreon.com/saveordie. It's $5 a session for an extra 30 minutes to an hour of content. Today it's gonna probably be a little bit shortish. So check it out. Patreon.com/saveordie. Goblin tier. Come check it out. Thanks.
5th edition too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.